So Jessica, you want to chime in?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I don't think I have very much to add, but I think, again, the goal is to encourage everyone on the call and make you aware that we are here as a resource, and we encourage you to reach out to us. We might not have sometimes the information, but we have a whole network of folks who are very experienced in not only the event planning, the reporting, the accessing resources to create whatever makes sense locally in your area. I also want to emphasize that we don't have everything, as much as we wish, everything in English and Spanish, but we do have several resources and folks in the network that are bilingual and can access information both in English and Spanish. We know that a lot of the events more and more are being catered to a bilingual audience, which is great. And you can reach out to us if there is information that you need. For National COSH, I just want to emphasize that in particular. I'm the contact in Spanish, so if you have a worker committee that is working on this and are more comfortable in Spanish, don't be shy, you can reach out to me. Please also, we have been contemplating a webinar similar to this one in Spanish. If you feel that that would be helpful to your organization or the organizations you're working collaboratively in terms of the folks planning, organizing it, please send us that feedback, and we can sort of cater a webinar training to that audience. But I think that's for the most part. Again, reach out to us with any help.
Thanks, Jessica. I wanted to. This is Peter again. I think Dan Neal might be on the line. There was some technical difficulties that he had before. But Dan, if you wanted to add anything, and I invite all the presenters to be clicking on your webcam for this last, because we'll have some opportunity for Q&A. So Dan, are you on?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Still can't hear me. Oh, you can hear me.
Yes.
Oh, you sound good.
Thank you. Sorry about the difficulty. Peter hit it pretty comprehensively. A couple of things I did want to mention was just that, people often are a little. You're often asking them to present themselves publicly. You're asking people who may never have done that before. So Kathy Morgan, who wrote that speech, you saw part of it on the screen, really wanted some help. I basically just gave her a few ideas, and then she wrote this beautiful speech on her own. Mary Jane Collins, she needed a fair amount of help figuring out how to negotiate the legislative process, but by the time she came to speak to our Workers' Memorial Day last April, she was polished, and even took the opportunity to skewer a few legislators. So I think that's really all I wanted to add, was that you just need to be ready to help people in ways that I think we tend to forget some of the skills we develop over time in terms of being able to make public presentations, or the knowledge we've developed of these different state legislative systems, and that information can be really be quite helpful to people running into it for the first time. So thanks, Peter. Appreciate you covering for me there.
No worries, Dan. That's a good. I think that's a good point about. This is really about trying to develop a plan together as a community and learn from each other. We have learned so much from the various activities that have gone on around the country, and like the example with Houston being we've been talking about trying to encourage people to do state reports. Well, there's a great example. Houston has over 60 fatalities, or had at least in 2014, and to be able to do it as a region, is a very powerful kind of approach that they've taken. Obviously, and we just included 3 examples. I mean, there's there's examples all around the country and around the globe for how this is having more and more impact all the time. So I think we should try and open it up to everyone in terms of any kinds of questions. And Jim, so Jim, if you could unmute folks, and again, we encourage you to use the chat function. We got 6 minutes left, so we're right on time.
Please unmute.
See what we can get.
Please mute your phones if you're not talking. Mute if you're not talking. We've unmuted everyone. Thank you. If you
so yeah, if you didn't, please mute your phone if you're not speaking.
Okay, we're going to do.
I know this crowd is not shy.
Okay, Peter, we're ready for question and answer.
Anybody got a question or comment?
Yes, my name is Carmen Guerrero from Philadelphia. And I'd like to know if this kind of webinar, I know for our people can be in Spanish, but also this kind of webinars can be in Spanish for the other activists.
Yes, Jessica, you want to chime in?
I had a hard time hearing the question. If you could repeat that.
If the webinar can be in Spanish.
Oh yeah, no, I think if we gather more.
Muted.
Feedback.
Go ahead, Jessica.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, sound good.
Okay, good. Well, I think if the question was if we can do the webinar in Spanish, I said yes, I think we can. Definitely with enough interest from folks, and I think that's been most of the response.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on logistics. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I'll add you. Did I not add you? No. Okay, I'll put you on logistics.
I mean, I think the MC would fall under the program.
Oh, okay.
Because, yeah, that's a part of the welcome.
More questions, Peter?
Yeah. Does anybody? We have a couple of minutes. If anybody's got a question or a comment.
Peter, I think Fran Ansley asked if there was when the second half of 15 stats might be put up on the database.
Good question. Bethany?
Yeah, I typed back in the chat box, but hopefully in late February, early March. We usually like to try and wait on any other OSHA data that we can get, but yeah, we'll have it ready by then at the latest.
Yes.
So I guess one final comment is, again, for folks to be thinking about this rapid response to workplace fatalities. Well, a couple of things. I mean, one, from Bethany's presentation, that we're really wanting to hear about ways, any workplace fatalities that occur in areas around the country. And so please let us know and send a note through the function of the fatality database. But as well as the whole thing about how we respond to workplace fatalities. And we're really wanting to, again, sort of prepare as a community that we respond very, very quickly and very decisively. That all workplace fatalities can be prevented. We know how to prevent workplace fatalities. The problem is that the programs are not in place to really try to prevent tragic events from happening. So we really encourage everyone to be sharing how they respond and developing campaigns to make sure that workplace fatalities are being seen in the way the tragic event that they are, the tragic preventable. So we are going to have a follow-up call in 2 weeks from today. That's listed on the screen, and we will send information about that around to the Protecting Workers Alliance listserv. And we have the email address there. If you are not on the list, please join us. So thank you everyone for participating. We had like 60 participants throughout the call, so we really appreciate your participation. Thanks everyone.